All right, guys, so we're on part 4, everyone's favorite subject, steroids. Now, I left you guys off with my first week, what I experienced, but before I get into that, let's talk about what I was taking. Now, the first steroid cycle that I did take was this bottle called Sustanon. It was a 10 milliliter vial. I think it was 250 milligrams per shot, and I was taking 1 shot a week. Also, I did tell you guys that I did receive some Deca. I forgot how I got it. I think it was just given to me. But the Deca, I think, was given to me, and the Sustanon, or the Susaplex, that's what it was called, which is just Sustanon, I actually purchased, and it was $160. That was for 10 syringes per shot. And yeah, so the very first time I actually injected, I didn't inject myself, I had a friend did it, and we did it in my upper glute. Now, doing that, I figured that, you know, it's steroids. I didn't know exactly when it kicked in. I didn't know there was that kick in. I wasn't aware of like what to expect. So after the first injection, I went straight to the gym. And like I thought, you know, you take steroids, you're gonna become strong as hell, which is not the case. What happened was, I remember doing military press, dumbbell presses, and I tried pushing the hundreds, and it just didn't go well, and I was like, what the hell's going on? I was like, I thought, you know, steroids, you're supposed to immediately gain all this crazy amount of strength and be the Hulk, which is not the case. So I was kind of discouraged after that first injection, that first day. And I just went all out in the gym trying to do as much as possible. I think I was in the gym for like 3 hours. Yes, was not aware. And I thought it was like fake, and I was like, I didn't know what to expect. So I went home, went on the computer, and I started reading a whole bunch of stuff, even though I did do a lot of research beforehand, but it wasn't thorough research. It was just like how much to take and, you know, what to do and blah, 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 blah. There was no guidance for me. There was just so much information on forums. You just never know what to read and what is right and what is wrong, because everyone's experience is going to be different. Everybody's body is going to respond differently to steroids. So, you know, I eventually got to the point to where, like, okay, you know, it's not going to really kick in, or it's not really going to take effect until like 3 or 4 weeks in. But on the first week, you know, this is 1 injection. I was doing 1 shot a week, every 7 days. And I did put on 10 pounds, and I didn't really expect it, because, you know, I went to the weight scale, and I was like, holy crap. I was like, wait a minute, you know, I put on 10 pounds, but it doesn't look like I put on 10 pounds. And it was water weight, you know, that's just how my body responded to it. Immediately, well, not immediately, you know, a couple days in, like, I just bloated out, and it was just all water. And that's really how my body responded to it. You know, along the weeks, I eventually, you know, that water started turning into muscle, and after the about 3 or 4 week mark, I started putting on a pound, maybe a pound a week, maybe 2 pounds a week, and the overall cycle itself, which I took, I think it was about 12 weeks, maybe even longer than that. I think I maxed out maybe 2.5 months in of actually putting on weight consistently, and the overall amount, I think, was between 18 to 22 pounds. It was very noticeable. You don't really notice it yourself because you see yourself in the mirror every day, but other people start to notice you and, you know, start to ask you, you know, what are you taking, blah, 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 blah. You know, everybody that takes their first cycle is in denial, and, you know, they tell them, oh, I'm just upping my protein. I'm just taking, you know, creatine. I'm just taking this and taking that, you know, and they're afraid to admit that, you know, they're using steroids, at least most people, the majority of people. And that was me in my case at first, you know. Later on, you know, I just told myself, why lie about it, you know? There's no point to lie. I mean, what does it matter if you take steroids or not? You know, other people's opinions do not really matter unless you make it matter yourself. And I finally realized that, you know, what happened was, you know, my ego did go up, just as long as, you know, you put on muscle, you feel more confident about yourself. Your sex drive does go up through the roof. You know, you get these boners like randomly almost all day, which is awesome. You know, it's awesome, especially if you have a girlfriend at the time. But, you know, I'm prone to side effects. I didn't really break out on testosterone, and I'll get on to later on in cycles I did experience bad side effects from. But you know, for the majority, you know, I break out, and that's just my genetics. You know, it runs in my family. My uncle had severe acne when he was younger, as a young adult. My brother had severe acne. You know, in his high school years, he had really severe acne. I didn't really have severe acne. I have mild acne. It comes and goes, and that's just how it is for me. Is my camera moving? I think it is moving. Hold on, let me fix this. Okay, my case, you know, I when I was younger, I broke out on my arms, which was pretty bad, and I never knew really why it happened. It's just, I guess I was going through puberty, and it's just, I broke out on my arms, which is a weird spot to break out in. But for the most part, oh wow. Let's hope that stays there. So I didn't take any aromatase inhibitors, which are AIs, which is Arimidex or Aromacin, or a stronger one, Letrozole. I never took any of that stuff. I didn't even know that stuff existed. You know, my nipples started getting really sensitive at some points. It would come and go. And eventually I did take Arimidex, but it wasn't really a consistent thing. I really didn't have no guidance with steroids at all. You know, my friend, I still keep in touch with, he was young. I think he was like 19 or 20, but he was just jacked. And, you know, he told me, if you want to get big, just eat, and, you know, blast. So I took his guidance, you know, and I did put on quite a bit of size. Let's just say that, you know, after that first cycle, it didn't stop there. You know, a lot of people think, you know, you take a cycle and you're going to come off. In my case, it didn't. I just kept taking whatever I can get my hands on. I would just inject whatever I get my hands on and inject. And I remember it was just retarded. I would take, like, you know, testosterone and then jump to equipoise, which is EQ. I would just jump in, which is a really mild steroid. I would jump into some weird stuff, different types of tests, propionate, and I think I remember taking propionate, and I was only taking it like maybe once a week, which is a faster ester, which you have to take and every other day before it gets out of your system to keep your blood levels, you know, to keep your blood levels high. You can't, taking hormones, you can't keep doing this. You're gonna have side effects doing that, or you're not gonna have steady gains. You're gonna be going up and down with testosterone, which is something you don't really want to do. And eventually I was introduced to Tren. Tren, I'm sure everyone knows what Tren is. Tren is one of those steroids that leans you out, hardens your muscles, and you just gain incredible strength. And I remember taking Tren, and I had no idea like how to take Tren. The first time I took Tren, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't even read anything on forums about Tren. I just heard that you gain incredible amount of strength, and this kid, you know, was telling me, yeah, you take this, you're gonna get strong as hell. You're gonna get hard, you're gonna get lean. And I did not get lean. I did get strong, I did not get lean. The reason why I did not get lean is because I was on that seafood diet. You see food, you eat it. I was literally eating probably 300, almost 400 grams of protein a day, which is not necessary. You do not need that much amount of protein to build good muscle. You just need a good amount of protein, which is maybe 1 gram. You can even do 1 gram, depending on how intense your training is. 1 gram per pound of body weight, or 1.2 grams per pound of body weight. In some cases, maybe 1.5 if you're really athletic and if you're working all day, you work a full-time job, you do training, and you're really taxing your body, you maybe need a higher amount of protein. But in my case, I did not, and I was taking an incredible amount of protein. I did gain a lot of strength, but I did retain a lot of fats. Now on Tren, I did experience side effects, which it messed up my sleeping pattern. It did give me kind of like an insomnia. I still have insomnia to this day. I have to literally take some sleep aids to pass me out. I think my camera is moving slowly. I think it's the air. Whatever, you guys get the point. You guys get what I'm trying to tell you guys. But I did experience night sweats, really crappy sleep patterns, and a really lethargic feeling from not being able to sleep. But I did gain incredible amount of strength. Now, when I did come off of Tren, you know, I remember coming off of Tren and I came off on nothing. Like when I came off, I went zero, like just completely cold turkey. And what I did experience was my hormonal levels were jacked up. I broke out on my back pretty severely. broke out on my chest, which I never had in the past. So I never broke on my chest before, never broke on my back. And on trend, your side effects can get pretty nasty, especially if you come off and you don't come off on anything. You just come off cold turkey. When you're trying to come off, you want to try to PCT with a good protocol. And there's a bunch of protocols out there. You know, people can use Novadex, people can use Clomid, use HCG to bring your balls back, start producing testosterone in your body. But I didn't know any of that. I didn't even know what HCG was. I didn't know Clomid was. I didn't even know what Novadex was. I thought Novadex was the stuff that you can buy from your GNC supplement shop that, you know, boosts testosterone as a natural test booster. And that's what I originally thought it was. So when I did come off steroids, I experienced those side effects, and I actually battled with acne on my back for quite a while. Now, after all that course, you know, I was doing steroid cycling, you know, on and off, not doing it correctly. I eventually just completely stopped steroids, and I got involved in a relationship, which kind of pushed me away from fitness for, I think it was like 6 months. I got into this relationship, and I really got off course really badly. I kind of fell off, and was doing stupid stuff again. Was doing really stupid stuff again.